What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream, and today we get our first opportunity to build for our future. It is time for the MLB draft, and as you can see, we got our eyes on quite a few guys we think are pretty talented. We'll be sitting at pick 7, so I'm hoping one of our top targets on our board here from Page down to Lockhart will be available. Getting us started will be the Washington Nationals, and they'll take the high school center fielder Michael Sullivan. He's 35th on our board and 7th by MLB.com, so I'm okay missing out on this one. With the second pick, the Angels take another center fielder in Sal Floyd. Now this is one of the guys we kind of liked, an advanced college bat with some pretty good upside, but still plenty of other options available. The third pick is going to the Seattle Mariners, and they take the soft-hitting left fielder Victor Cervantes. Didn't even bother scouting him because his power was so low, so honestly, after 3 picks, not too disappointed with the players that have come off the board. We should have a couple good options by pick 7. And what a gift we get! The next 3 picks are pretty inconsequential for our draft board. 5 guys we had our eyes on, 3 pitchers and 2 hitters are still available. After some deliberation, we've narrowed it down to left fielder Enrique Reyna and left-handed starting pitcher Sam Page. There's plenty to like with Page, no doubt. I'm not sure how we can take anyone besides Reyna here. He's the number 1 guy on MLB.com's big board, and our scouts confirm that. So welcome to Miami, Señor Reyna, out of Mexico. Let's hope you're the next superstar to play for our Marlins. Right before our pick in the competitive balance round, we lost 2 guys we've been keeping a close eye on. Right-handed starting pitcher Herschel Rodriguez and first baseman Eric Flutie. Both of them had some nice traits and some good possible upside. But we're nothing if not prepared. Our front office stays ready, and after some brief conversations with our scouting staff, we'll take the junior closer out of Minnesota, Thomas Fagan. He skyrocketed up our draft board this spring, and he looks like he could have some real upside. Not too far away from the majors either, so we could see him join the big league pen very quickly. No time to rest either, as 3 picks later, we are back on the clock. Unfortunately, the draft room got a little split on this one. Half the guys wanted to take the high-risk, high-reward shortstop Gilberto Garcia, but the other half wanted to go with the proven senior right-handed starting pitcher Doug Patton. After hearing both sides out, I go ahead and break the logjam and opt for the higher floor player in Patton. I like what we've done with our first 2 picks, so why not get someone more proven here, which allows us to take some big swings later on. And we won't have to wait long to take one of those shots. Here in the 3rd round, we're running out of scouted guys pretty quickly. One player we're taking a look at is another outfielder, Grant Villafuerte. He's got some big-time pop in his bat, but there's a huge range of outcomes, as you can see by his potential ranging from 59 to 83. At this point of the draft, sure things are limited, so I say screw it. Let's go big or go home. As our pick in the 4th round came near, we started narrowing our focus on this 3rd baseman Edgar Armas. While his upside seems a tad limited, his overall profile is intriguing. He's also pretty advanced for being a high schooler, and these are 2 things that we can certainly play around with. No hesitations this time around. Now into the late rounds, we'll wrap things up with a couple of dart throws. Starting the 5th, we'll snag a college bat in 3rd baseman Bryce Sable. Looks like he could have some decent upside, but it's all going to come down to where he starts out overall-wise. And then in the 6th round, we'll double up on college hitters. This time we'll grab a catcher who also looks like he may have some good upside, but he also has some questions about his starting overall. And with that, we'll put a bow on our first draft. I don't hate the first couple picks. If Reyna and Fagan both are as advertised, I think this ends up being a pretty solid class. And I also think we drafted some upside in the later rounds as well, so that could be beneficial. Switching gears, let's take a look at how the organization has been performing. You see here that the MLB squad is pretty far out of the playoff race in the NL East, to no one's surprise. 40-55 is nothing to write home about, but I suppose it isn't terrible and could be much worse. Sandy Alcantara has settled in after his rough opening day start. From a results standpoint, he looks pretty good. However, his strikeout numbers are a bit concerning. He's at a career low and it's really hurting his WAR, so I'm curious what that means for his trade value. Edward Cabrera has been the same mixed bag he's always been. Strikeout numbers are really solid, but ERA and WHIP are elevated secondary to, well, you guessed it, too many walks and home runs. Ryan Weathers has been mediocre as well. But down here at the bottom of our rotation, we've got both Cal Quantrill and Max Meyer who've been heating up of late. Quantrill has a 2.72 ERA over his last 10 starts, quite a few of them scoreless outings. Kind of peaking at the right time as the trade deadline approaches quickly. For Meyer, his FIP is a little bloated due to the home run numbers, and he's given up a little too many hits, but he's just about league average in strikeouts and base on balls, so there's some progress here. In the pen, Adam Mazur has been getting a lot of work in long relief, and he's making the most of his opportunities. A solid FIP of 3.97. The rest of the bullpen has been more or less mid. Nobody really stands out from the pack beyond maybe Calvin Fauché, who has done well in the closer's role. 27 of 31 on save opportunities. Andrew Nardi has also been noteworthy with his 2.94 ERA and 9.6 Ks per nine. Taking a look at our offense, avert your eyes, folks. Most of this has been ugly, but not Xavier Edwards. I told you this dude could hit, and I ain't lying. 339 with the batting average. What's even more impressive is he's found the power in his bat. Slugging percentage is over 500, and the ISO is at 179, thanks in large part to 11 bombs and 28 doubles. After that, things kind of fall off a bit. Otto Lopez is under 700 with his OPS, so not what we'd want from our two-hole hitter. Connor Norby is the other guy in our lineup who's been mashing. Almost hit the 20 home run mark already with a pretty 270, 342, 531 slash line. Mash Mervis has been pretty disappointing though. Kind of a continuation of his story with the Cubs, struggles at the big league level. He might be a quadruple A player. Jonah Bride hasn't been too bad, can't complain about that slash line, but definitely not five-hole hitter material. We had to move Jesus Sanchez down in the order. It's been an up and down year for him, but he's gotten hot of late, OPS nearing 1,000 over his last 10. Dane Myers ain't it, folks. I was hoping he could build on last year's success, but he just can't hit consistently enough. We'll ride him out this year, but he's very much trending towards a non-tender. Griffin Conine started the year slow, but I like how he's bounced back in the last month or so. Someone to monitor in the second half of the season. And finally, Nick Fortes has been decent, albeit not great. Like I said in the intro episode, he's just a transitional guy, but right now he's holding his own. Down on the farm, Aiden May has been one of our top pitchers this year. He's pushing for a call-up pretty soon, probably after the deadline. Our top overall prospect, Thomas White, has also been having a good season, showcasing that he's clearly too good for Double-A. So we'll definitely move him up a level once we get a clear rotation spot in Jacksonville. Noble Meyer has also been pretty solid, but the whip is higher than I'd like, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Robbie Snelling sits in a very similar position as well. One thing that we have to keep an eye on for him is his strikeout numbers leave quite a bit to be desired. For the hitters, Graham Pauley isn't one of our top guys, but he's been straight fire this year. 332 average and an 891 OPS is no joke. Agustin Ramirez is one of our top guys, and he's playing like it. 305, 392, 568 slash line spells someone clearly ready for the big league team. Joe Mack has also been very good at the plate, sporting a 792 OPS with 16 homers. With his defense, that is some really good offensive production for our backstop, so we love to see that. Starlin Caba has been as good as advertised, actually finding a bit of power in his game, and that's reflected in his ratings growths to date. Carter Johnson has also been delivering. He has an OPS of 719, so really solid for a teenager already at Double-A. PJ Orlando has been steady, albeit limited. Decent slash line, but again, he's lacking any true oomph in his game. And then there's Dylan Head, who's having himself a solid one as well. An above average slash line, still playing that great defense, and he's 16 of 17 on steal opportunities. Overall, I'm relatively pleased with the outcomes to this point this season. The MLB team isn't playing great, but that was expected, and I think we're getting some good performances out of the right guys. Down on the farm, I like how our top prospects have been performing, and that's leading to some strong development. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys in this one. Next episode will be my favorite one and a really important one, the trade deadline. We gonna sell, baby, and get us some big-time prospects, hopefully. But in the meantime, between time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm gone. Deuces!